working. Well, I've got audio. What does Wayne say? Hey Wayne, can you hear me? Wow, that is way too small. Here, in. Okay. All right, good. I was a little concerned because it was not updating, and why is it saying? Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, thank you. Looks like Sandy. Um. Alrighty. Well, if it gets glitchy or something, let me know. It was saying everything was fine, and now it's saying that the stream quality is poor. So, just okay. I think it was just complaining, or YouTube was. All right. Well, as long as you guys can hear me, I'm not gonna mess with anything. Let's see. There's still a bit of a delay between when I'm talking and when you can hear me. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna get into it here. This is Lee Summit. I don't remember if it was Wayne or somebody else that requested Lee Summit, or maybe yeah, I think Shamix wanted Buffalo. Anyway, so we're gonna look at Lee Summit. And let's see. So we do price load high. So it doesn't look like there's much that's inexpensive in Lee Summit by Kansas City. Looks like there's quite a few lakes around Lee Summit, so that's nice. Let's see. And the price has been reduced. 2 bedroom, 3 bath. It's not that much different than what you pay around here in Springfield. It's kind of a close up. I wonder if that's like a duplex or something. Almost looks like a duplex or a townhome or something. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Looks like you can see through there. That's different. Got your stairs. Oh, thank you. Let's see. It looks like a nice looking place. There's the stairs. Let's see. Yeah, there's still a. I'm trying to get rid of as much of that delay as I can, but I don't know. I think it's still about 10 seconds from when I talk and then you all actually hear me. Um, let's see. It's hard to tell. Is that a beam or I'm not sure what that is. Sometimes in these pictures it's hard to tell. That's why I like going and looking at houses in person because you see so much more than you get in some pictures on the internet. But, I mean, it's a nice looking house. I'm gonna guess it's some kind of townhouse or something because that's a really small backyard. I guess it only goes back so far. Yeah, it's a unit, so it's together with, so you have neighbors, which is not ideal. That if your neighbor, if your neighbors on one side or the other are noisy, then. But I mean, otherwise, it's somebody was trying to stay out of the picture and ended up in it anyway. That's funny. Looks like a good amount of closet space. Decent looking bathroom. They could have put two sinks there, but I mean, I don't know how useful that would be. All that counter space is nice though. Let's see. Let me go back and look at that here in a second. Oh, look, there's deer behind the house. All right, let's go back and look at. Oh, there was a picture of. Yeah, so you've got multiple, at least a duplex, if not 3 units or whatever. Okay, yeah, that must be a mirror. Well, yeah, because you can see the reflection of the picture here, and you can see the picture here. So yeah, at first I thought that was like a cutout or something, but I think that's just a big mirror. Makes the room look bigger. Um, it's not a bad looking place. Looks like it's been well taken care of. Let's see, when was it built? It was built, doesn't say. Um, okay, so if the furnace and AC system have been replaced, then that means it's not just a couple years old. Um, that that's a very small lot. I'm guessing that that is just talking about the space in front and behind the unit. Um, it's a reasonable size. I'm gonna guess it was probably updated or probably built early 2000s, maybe. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe in the 2010s. But it's not brand new. So if the furnace and AC system have been replaced a year and a half ago, that means it's somewhere between 12 to 20 years old, probably. Let's see what's in the neighborhood. 2 bedroom or 3 bedrooms. No, wait, 2 bedrooms, 3 bed. Wait, was that 2 bedrooms, 3 baths? I thought it was. Oh, it is 2 bed, 3 bath. I thought it was 3 bed, 2 bath. It's 2 bed, 3 bath. Yeah. All right. If you want to come back to this, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and look at this next one. That is not a house. That is a rendering. Well, it says built in 1914. How is that's not a house? That's a rendering. I mean, you can tell the grass doesn't look real. It looks like a bunch of the same stuff, and the trees don't quite look real. Uh, how can, yeah, there's no actual pictures. It's all rendering. I mean, you can look at it like, well, it doesn't even get big enough. That doesn't look like actual wood. That looks like rendering. Oh yeah, that's Lee's Summit. But yeah, I definitely see it in Florida. All right, so let's. Is there any actual pictures? Nope, that's a rendering. Rendering. I mean, they're nice renderings, but you know, why if it's okay? Now that is an actual. That's an actual picture. Looks like they're replacing the, I think, the ceramic. That's more of a Florida thing. Um, I mean, I can see maybe why they went to the rendering because they still got work to do, but at least in the pictures they do. That's not a cheap restoration. I mean, it's a nice old house. Looks like they're doing a good job of. Wait, that's not the same house, is it? No, that can't be the same house. It doesn't have a second floor. That's got a second floor. What's that? I don't understand this. It's like showing different houses that are being restored or something. Because there's definitely that. Okay, there's that one, but then there's the other one over here. Like two houses on the same lot. That almost looks like a construction trailer, like a really nice one, but I think they bought the land. These are the old houses that were there, and they're restoring them, is what it looks like. And so they already had the in-house person to do the renderings. So they just did a bunch of renderings. Like, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I guess that's like the main house and the guest house. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's what they did. Because here's the old, like barns and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so what is the story with this? Are they actually going to tell me? Because this is 1914, about an acre, 4 bed, 3 bath, 3,500 square feet. Let's see, Longview Farm, once, blah, blah, blah. Okay, TIF has been awarded. And in case anybody on here doesn't know what TIF is, it's tax increment financing. Let's see, there's my index. Okay. Has been awarded for the restoration of these two addresses that to be purchased together. Won't pay out until approximately 3 years and is paid over 3 years. The first and receipts are provided. See supplements receipts. Okay, this is sophisticated investor kind of thing. Longview Farm Manager's Office is featured in Longview Farm Biography of a Dream Come True. It's some book I've never heard of. The home retains its original vault, once used to store farm funds, along with. I mean, it sounds really cool. Um, that you could buy and restore that or whatever. It's really neat, but not something. There, let me get back over to the. Where's that one picture? Way down here. Yeah, so there's that. I think it was because this one here you can see here's all the houses that have been built around it. So this used to be this huge farm, and somebody bought the farm, literally, and have turned most of it into a subdivision. And now all that's left is this section here. It's got the two houses on it, which apparently the city once sold together. And then I'm not sure what all this is. Maybe they've turned this into some kind of community stuff or something. I don't know. Looks kind of expensive to maintain personally, but I mean it's neat. Um, yeah, you never know what you're gonna find if you look on here, I guess. Um, And so we're gonna look at Lee Summit, and then if we have time, we're gonna look at Buffalo, Missouri, and then I wrote Daytona Beach on here for some reason. If anybody wants to recommend anything else that we can look at if we got time this week, or I can um, put it on the list for next week and we can look at next week. Let's see. Okay, so that's 420 and it requires a lot of work, but it's two pretty big houses. Um, you could probably like I don't know Airbnb those or something, I guess. Let's see. We got 3-2. I mean, I'm personally a fan of green, so this green looks appealing to me. Oh wait, I bet you this is the other one. This is another rendering looking. I bet you this is the what is it? Yeah, I think this is the other. I think that was the other one. Let me look back here, but I think that was yeah, because this is 760 Southwest Red Buck, 764. Okay, so we'll skip that one. All right, so let's look at this one. This one, this is weird. Why did they not have built-in? Looks reasonably new. Um, and you know we got 1,600 square feet. Let's see. Hey Shamix, we haven't got to Buffalo yet. We're looking at Lee Summit. Let's see. So you got 3-car garage. Hey Tom. Let's see. Yeah, looks like one of these subdivisions. They built a bunch of houses. Um, looks like an airplane prop, like an old style airplane prop. It's interesting. Um, you've got your you know barn door there. Uh, yeah, that's why I wrote it on the list last week. Let's see. Right, it looks nice. You got nice contrast. You get the white and gray. You got the nice darker wood. A little bit of stone there. Uh, yeah, I mean, nice place. Not cheap, but it's nice. I, I do like this little kind of wood accent wall. It's a nice little touch. It's something different. You know, it's not just the same thing. Oh, that's nice. It matches the barn door there. That is a big unfinished basement. It's a blank canvas. All right, well that's neat. Let's see if there's anything a little more interesting here. Um, not cheap. Okay, there's not a whole lot in the summit. Um, but yeah, I mean it's interesting. All right, it is very open. I mean it's nice, but I mean it's also $535,000. All right, so let's go to Buffalo. Oh wait, now you're gonna make me go back and look. Hang on. Let's see. Photos. I think that's next door. It looks like a gas fireplace. Yeah. Oh, this one right here. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's chilly, you can kick on the gas fireplace. Looks like there's even a TV there. You can hang out in your backyard and have the gas fireplace on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm usually pretty good at catching fake stuff. It looks. I mean, it's just you know new. Um. Okay. Well, let's see what's in Buffalo. Let's see. Eh, it's fine. Let's see. They've got a 3D tour, which is surprising for basically 95,000. Huh. Not. I did not expect a 3D tour in a under $100,000 property. Looks like cedar trim around there. Oh, look, there's a mini split. That looks like that was a DIY mini split. It's plugged in instead of wired in. Um, Speaking of that, um, besides being a realtor, I've got a mini split distribution business here in Springfield called Ozarks um, HVAC company, and we sell mini splits and have partners that install them. So I've been trying to remember to mention that. Let's see. Uh, Texture ceiling's okay. You get your tile there. I mean, this is nice. I mean, I like the 3D um, I don't know, or 360 thing. There's your breaker box. I mean, the cabinets are nice. They're not, fancy new, whatever gray colored ones or whatever they are now, but they're fine. Let's see. So we got kitchen, laundry room. Looks like tile. I don't know. I have this first time I've seen the rectangular shaped. This is what happens when you try and talk when it's been a long day. I haven't seen the rectangular shaped ceiling tiles before, so I don't know if those are new enough to not be asbestos or not. Um, there was a lot of wood. Not That doesn't look like it's treated, but this is greenish. It almost looks like it's like it's treated lumber, which I mean is fine for not rotting, but um, there's a lot of rural around Buffalo, Missouri. So yeah, um, it's interesting. I'm not sure this is for everybody, but it is interesting. Pop back here to the kitchen. Yeah, you got a little bit of counter there. Not much counter there. That is about the amount of counter space I have in my house. I have like if you added one more of these, that's about the amount of counter space. This part with the sink might be a little bit longer, but yeah, I don't have much more counter space than that. And it's annoying to say the least. Okay, so there's bedroom. Not a fan of this carpet or those kinds of closet doors. Not a fan. Let's see. Can I zoom in? Yeah, there was definitely a leak under this window, and you can also tell that they're probably older windows because they come down so far, or they've just replaced those. But there's definitely was a leak here. and it was not so great. They patched it. It just they didn't do the greatest job of it. Could be something up there. Most that's probably just somebody did a painting job that was kind of mediocre. There's a little heat source. Yeah, you could probably stain it. Um, my only concern there with staining it is if it's treated, then I don't know. You may have to like let it sit for some time before you can actually get the stain to take on it. I don't know. I've never tried to stain treated wood. Okay, so more wood in the bathroom. They seem to like wood. I mean, it's not bad, and it's reasonably well done. Um, I'd probably do something here because that just kind of looks unfinished. Uh, like put a little piece. I'm not sure. Maybe have it come down and then angle in or something there. Um, but I've never lived in Buffalo, and I haven't really looked at too many houses in Buffalo, so um, I'm not sure how the quality is. Um, let's see. That looks like, yeah, it's one of those old light switches, uh, plug combos where you got like multiple switches for the fan and whatnot. That's interesting. Oh, another one of those um, accordion doors. That's what they're called. Or at least I think that's what they're called. Uh, the flooring doesn't look bad, so that's decent looking flooring. I'll give them that. Let's pop over here. That's good. They got a nice little heat source there. And then more accordion doors. I would probably replace those accordion doors or whatever they're called. If somebody knows that they're called something other than accordion doors, let me know. But I think that's what they're called. Um, I mean, for the price, you know, you could do worse. Let's go check in the living room. Yeah, I didn't really look at the floor when I was in here, but in here and in the kitchen. I mean, that's not bad looking. I don't know if that's actual wood flooring. It looks new, and it does not look like LVP. I mean, it looks. You can see. It looks like it's actual. And maybe it's just decent looking LVP. Sorry, Shamus, I lost track of which thing you're referring to. You said we had one on our bathroom, and I'm not sure what you're referring to. Um, anyway, so there's the outside, kind of basic looking. Uh, metal roof, so that's good. Got your trim, your siding. Let's see. I mean, somebody did a good job of, updating this and whatnot. It's not perfect. Oh, accordion door. Yeah, I don't like them either. Um, hmm, that's an interesting looking. I think that's a fan light. I think I've seen those. It's a fan light. Um, it's interesting that how it just kind of looks different in the 360 rendering, or not rendering, the 360 picture versus just regular pictures. Um, I'm not surprised, and I'm gonna guess that mini split is not big enough to uh, heat, definitely not to heat, maybe even heat and cool the house. That light in the kitchen is interesting. Well, two lights, they're kind of interesting looking. Oh, and you missed that in the 360. There's some, that corner needs to be redone. Let's see. I mean, all in all, not bad. I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled about the ceiling in the laundry room there because, like I said, it could be asbestos. And if they've got these strips across there, they may be holding that up. Um, but I mean, I don't know. 716 square feet, two bedroom, one bath. That's actually not bad. Um, how long has it been on the market? 40 days. I'm kind of surprised it's been on the market that long. I mean, Buffalo's not that far. Not, I mean, it doesn't really need anything. I mean, I'm not a fan of the accordion doors, but you could live with them. Um, it looks like the biggest issue is you've got that mini split in there, and it's not enough to heat and cool the whole place. Um, but you could, for not that much money, you could buy a couple more mini splits. Yeah, about 26 miles. And you're right down. See, Buffalo is on 65. So you just kind of hop on 65, cruise down, and right into Springfield. Um, you could buy a couple more mini splits, um, and do a DIY install. I did on those and put them in different parts of the house, and that would be plenty to keep it heating, hot and cold. Um, and you're looking at probably 14, 1,500 bucks, maybe less. Um, depends on the size and whatnot. Um, but yeah, they're not very big. I mean, you may be able to get away with one more of them actually. It's at 716 square feet. Um, anyway, that's a nice little place, but I'm not buying anything right now. Let's see. I don't know how many of you are in Missouri, but anybody who's wanting to sell something in Missouri, that's what I'm looking for is helping people sell. I'm fine helping people buy too. It's just, I mainly focus on help people sell. Let's see. So 1,100 square feet, three bedroom, two bath. So on the smaller side for a three bedroom, two bath. Um, so let's look at the pictures. It's a nice looking front door. Let's see. Uh, Kate, were you the one that was from Daytona Beach, or am I thinking of somebody else? Um, yeah, I mean, there's really, really beautiful uh, areas, like, if you like nature and stuff, there's really beautiful areas. Um, okay, I thought you mentioned that last week. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I like the fact that they got the little awning there. It keeps the rain off of you when you're coming and going. It's odd. It's on the side of the house instead of the front, but um, And then of course we have Bass Pro here, So if you're into Bass Pro, we have uh, the big giant Bass Pro store. Oh, I just had it on the list because Kate mentioned last week that she lives in Daytona Beach, and we could go look there if we didn't have any place else to look. So we'll probably go look there shortly if we run out of houses in Buffalo, which is seems to be likely unless we end up really talking about one of them. Let's see. Uh, that's a really nice. I mean, for being a smallish house, you don't usually see door and side glasses on a smaller house like that. Yeah, I mean it's nice. You can, sit out there when it's nice, and which in Missouri could be any month of the year. Like tomorrow is going to be nice, and like it's going to be supposed to be like warm enough tomorrow, and as long as it's not windy, you could sit out and have a nice cup of coffee or tea. You got stairs. These are these are nice little houses. I mean, this is a quality. You can see it almost looks like I don't know, it's hard to tell, but it almost looks like that's I forget what it's called, but basically like it's not just it doesn't just come up and stop. It almost I don't know, maybe it does. It almost looks like it's kind of molded in there a little bit, but um I thought it was 70s tomorrow. Let me look. Here, well, that comes up. But yeah, I really like that front door. Um, wow, it's nice and open. Um, I'm gonna guess that the table and chairs probably don't come with the house. Those look pretty nice. And you've got the nice updated puck lights. Um, yeah, those are really nice stairs. I'm surprised. And you got wood stove there. Let's see, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, I thought it was gonna be tomorrow. No, sorry. It's Monday that's 68. It's close. Tomorrow's 52 though, so that's not too bad. And Sunday's 63, but Monday's supposed to be 68. And it's February. But we've had 70, even close to 80 degrees. Of course, we get close to 80 degrees in this time of year, and then we have tornadoes. Let's see. Still, compared to highs in the 20s, I'll take you know 50 something degrees. Let's see. Somebody likes their, I guess, Asian inspired furniture. And see, this is a nice neutral kind of a cocoa or whatever color. Um, I don't know, it's hard to tell. It looks lighter there in this picture. Yeah, nice little blue accent wall. Looks like this used to be a smaller room and they opened it up or something. It's hard to say. Is that a? Okay, that's kind of weird. Is that a bedroom or? Huh, that's interesting. Chat Chat GPT. Not sure. Oh, there's Looks like there's a spot for a stackable washer dryer there, but there's only a washer. Looks like that ceiling might be a little bit low. It's a very nice looking house. It's nicely done. They have interesting taste. Is that okay? What's going on with that door? 'Cause it looks like it's notched right there. Is there just an opening above the door? I would really like to know. This bedroom. So there's a bedroom upstairs. Looks like a bathroom. Okay, now I almost want to drive up there and take a look at the house because it's like there's some questions. It's a very nice looking house. It's very nicely done. I mean, it looks pretty regular other than the front door or side door. I'm taking it this is the door that you enter from the driveway. It's still a nice looking door. Because there's the drive. Looks like that's the driveway. You enter from. So that's actually there's not really a front door so much. I mean, I guess this is the address this way, so maybe that's the front door. And then you got a nice little shed. Huh. That's an interesting. It's there's definitely some unexpected elements to this house that it's got a nice big living room, dining room area, and then a nice kitchen. It didn't look like it was plugged in. It was a dryer. It should be plugged in, but we'll go back to it in a second. I just want to kind of look back at it's a decent sized kitchen, and then there's this. I don't know. Is that? I'm just confused here. Like, there's a closet and there's a bed over here. I guess this is a bedroom. There's a bathroom. Yeah. See the dryer. If it was a washer dryer, I would think. I don't know. I don't have any of those fancy washer dryer combo things, but I would think it would be plugged into the dryer plug if it was both. But I mean, so it's supposed to be. I thought it said it's supposed to be a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. So you come up the stairs, and the bathroom is over here, I think, in the bedroom, or maybe that's the bathroom. Okay, maybe this is the other room. That's quote a bedroom, and then this is the bedroom. Uh, but then where's the bathroom upstairs? I thought there was another bathroom up here. Okay, like I said, I'm still confused because it's like, okay, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom, and then there's a weird bedroom downstairs. I'm, I don't know. I'm confused because it's like I don't know. This doesn't quite add up. Maybe if I actually went and looked at it, it would make sense. Um, I'm gonna make a note of this address because it's just it doesn't. The pictures don't quite make sense. But people are probably still living there, so then that may be a problem. But I'm gonna look it up and see if it's vacant or not. Buffalo. And then I will, if I can, I will do a video on it, and we'll figure out what the heck's going on. Yeah, that is the truth. That this house definitely needs a 360. Let's see. We got we got quite a few houses left. So um, unless Unless you all really want to go check out houses in Daytona Beach, I think we'll just continue with Buffalo. So, um, going ahead and put Daytona Beach in the chat if you want to go look at Daytona Beach, and um, if you don't, just say I don't know, no or something. Let's see. While you're doing that, I'm gonna look at this house. Somebody likes the Dallas Cowboys. I'm guessing. Wait, how did that? That is like that was a smaller picture. Like I clicked on it, it got smaller. Okay, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Let's see. I just wish people would post bigger pictures. Kate, I'm sure you've probably seen what's available in your area. Let's see. So we got it's probably LVP for the flooring. um, Seems like a nice enough house. Decent sized bathroom. Nice little walk-in closet. Laundry room. Little back back deck there. That's nice. You don't see that every day. It's a walk-in shower there. Uh, the closet. Um, okay, there's a fridge there. I think that's a fridge. Is that the kitchen? Is there a fridge? Wait, is there a fridge in the bedroom? Let's look at that again. This one's only a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, they do. Does look like they do have solar. That's a whole other thing. There's so many people that have been taken advantage of by these unscrupulous solar installers and solar loan companies. Don't get me started on that one. Okay, so that's the living room and the kitchen. Wait, did they even? So there's a fridge right there. So it looks like a black fridge, and that's the cabinets. And there's wood cabinets, and then those look like blue cabinets. And then, I mean, the picture of the bathroom is fine. Is that a fridge in the bedroom? Is that what that is? That's the only thing I can think of that shape and would be plugged in like that would be a fridge. Because a stackable washer and dryer, I don't think would be plugged in like that. And this is the kind of listing that annoys me. This is a nice house, and they have 16 pictures. They should have at bare minimum twice that many pictures. And not to mention, and they're small. Like they shouldn't be small pictures. They should be nice pictures. If you're gonna list a house, let's see how much. Wait, how much is this list for? Um, so it's a little bit of rant here. If you're gonna list a house for $155,000 and it's a nice looking house, you know, spend $100 as a realtor and get a professional out there to take professional pictures and make it look nice. Um, I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's only been on the market for 2 days, but this could have way better pictures taken of it. I'm gonna write that one down too. Just look at it. Let's see, 301 West Ramsey Street. Anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine when you have an otherwise decent looking house and they're like, oh, it's not worth my time to go take the pictures myself or pay $100 and get professional pictures done of the house. It's not worth their time to deal with it, you know, because I mean, if they if they do the customary, it's not standard, it's customary because there is no standard, but the customary 3% for the seller side or the listing agent. Um, and that makes sense. I mean, you want to like when I do my videos and I'm trying to figure out what houses to go look at. Um, I I do a search that automatically it just shows me anything that's vacant because it's just less hassle because I don't want to try and do a video of somebody's house they're still living in. It's not good. So it's vacant, and then the price range I'm looking at, the ones I just did videos on, like two of them are, um, well, did I just post that one? I don't know. I've lost track of which ones I posted. But the videos I just did, I think I just posted one. Oh, yeah, the yellow and brown house I just posted. The tri-level. Um, that one, another one, and then there's another one I was going to look at, but somebody was cleaning it. They were all in the 200 to $300,000 range. Um, and look at that, and then I go in and look at the pictures and try and figure out, is this an interesting looking house that I can do a video on, or is it just kind of run of the mill, boring, you know, built sometime in the last couple of years, and it's not going to make an interesting video, because that's one of the things I have to worry about. But yeah, it makes sense to look at the pictures first. You know, no point in going look at a house. You know, look at it and there's just things about it you don't like just from the pictures. Um, but anyway, so 3%. Um, if they sold this house for $150,000, then the listing agent should get at least $4,500. So if the listing agent spent, $100 on it's Emily Waters or Walters on um, just getting professional pictures done, or even just drive out there and take the pictures and make sure they're not dinky, so people can see what they're looking at. Um, and but no, they just you know, I mean, they took pictures, but they took 16 pictures. I mean, 16 pictures on a 3 bedroom, 2 bath is not enough. You need more pictures than that. I mean, minimum like 30, at least 30 pictures. I mean, these nicer houses, the ones that are more expensive, there's like 50 plus pictures. Um, anyway, I'll stop ranting. Sorry. Let's see. This one could be interesting. Okay, wait. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and it's definitely going to be interesting. It's 2,700 square feet. It was built in 1920. I want to take a drink. Um, I'm trying to remember what the name of that siding is. Like this. This one's only 179.9. Um, and um, this just annoys me. If you're gonna put a new roof on, then you need to do flashing. You can tell that there is water damage right here on the siding, and they didn't do the flashing when they put the new roof on. And that's when you want to do it. You want to do it uh, when you're putting the new roof on. You put the flashing there, then you put the roof on, and that it protects the siding and the water doesn't go under the shingles or affect the in this case the wood siding. Um, all right. Anyway, I know I'm sorry. I'm very ranty tonight. Um, there used to be steps going up here, and they changed the railing. I mean, it's not a bad looking railing. Let's see. I mean, otherwise, I mean, it needs some work. I think you'd probably want to paint that. It's hard to tell from the pictures how good the paint is on there. Let's see. Um, I would probably, I don't know, depending on where that's located compared to the street and stuff, I might make this a bigger um, deck here, or I might put a deck back here. Of course, if the backyard's small, then you may not want to do that. Little side yard. It looks like that's the uh, outlet for the dryer exhaust. Let's see. There's a in-wall window air conditioner. Not surprisingly, they probably don't have central air and heat. They may have central heat. Let's see. Yeah, so there's 35 pictures. You've got looks like a problem right here in the floor, or that's a rug. Um, that's a reasonably that's a good foundation. I need to look up what this is called because it's the thing after the fieldstone, which I found out that stacked rock is what I call it. Is actually fieldstone. Um, it's after fieldstone, but not poured concrete and not um, cinder block. And I don't remember what kind of block foundation this is. Um, and yeah, they definitely did a new roof because they've got all these roof vents on there. I personally like um, oh, the peak roof vent. So they cut out on the peak and they put the roof vent there instead of all these ugly little individual roof vents. Is also it's just quicker. Um, that is a big room, but they went from here to here. And it's like, okay, I don't know what room that is. Is that the living room? Or there's no, I don't see a door here. I don't understand what room that's supposed to be. It's just a big room. Okay, well, so there's the air conditioner now. If I go back, I can tell that that's going to be this room here. So you enter there, and then this is off to the right, I think. There's one there, but I don't think that. I think this is that. This is that room. Um, so that's because the air conditioner's right here, and that other wall's there. So that's going to be the front door right there. So is this a living room? Um, and then you have this room, another big, like kind of looks like an addition. Um, well, it looked decent on the outside. It's just kind of confusing. Looks like somebody. Okay, there was a door there, and now there's a return air, and they left the trim, and then they just blocked it up. Okay, this is definitely not worth 179.9. I don't think. Well, maybe. I mean, it's 2,768 square feet. Maybe it is, but I don't know. There's the bathroom. I mean, at least they have more pictures. It's still confusing, but at least they have more pictures. Somebody was trying to do something here. That's a room. See, when I take pictures of property, uh, I do it in a logical fashion. I start with the front of the house, and then the front, the, zoom in. I'll go back and look at it in a minute. I zoom in and the front door, and then I open the door, and then this is what you see when you come in. And then I either go right or left, and so it's like you can see this. Okay, now you can see this, and it's like if you go right, and that's the living room, then it's like I take a picture like standing of the doorway or the entrance to the living room. I take a picture, and then I go back and I take a picture from the other direction so you can see where you came from. And it's like breadcrumbs. You're referencing, I'm here now. I'm here. Okay, now I'm looking back this way. Okay, that's where I'm at. Okay, now I'm going over here, and then I take a picture going into this room, and then I go to the other corner. I take a picture coming back, and then I I'm back and forth my way through. Now sometimes you can't take two pictures. Sometimes and sometimes usually that's a bathroom. It's too small. You just there's not really a point in taking two pictures. But most of the time, you're taking a picture going into the room and a picture looking back out toward the doorway out of the room. And that way you can reference your way through the pictures to understand what does this house look like. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand what is where. Like, okay, here's the kitchen. Um, and it's the house some, but mostly it's the photographer. It's like don't show all the outside pictures up front. Show the outside pictures at the end. That's what all the best listings do. Is they might show one picture like the front of the house or the front porch or something, 1, 2, but then you repeat those at the end. You do outside pictures at the end, but you want it like you're you're giving them a tour. You're saying, okay, here's the house, because with the MLS you have to have a picture of at least one picture of the front of the house. That's why you have listings that it's just the picture of the front of the house, and they literally um, screenshotted the Google Street View image of the front of the house, and they use that because they're too lazy. Um, and I can talk smack about realtors all I want as long as I don't talk smack about a specific realtor. And there's like any profession, there is a good number of realtors that suck. That's funny. Yeah, I'll get to the pegboard in a minute. Um, but like I said, you start at the front of the house and you're guiding them through the house so they understand what is where and how stuff relates to each other. And uh, you know, you're trying to sell the house. And some people complain about when I do my walkthroughs, they're like, aren't you trying to sell the house? No, I'm not trying to sell these houses. I'm trying to educate and entertain. That's the whole point of what I'm doing in my videos. I'm trying to educate you about these houses and entertain you by showing you interesting stuff. Same thing I'm trying to do with um, these live streams. So yeah, the pegboard, I like pegboard, not in the kitchen. All right, let's continue on with this tour. Um, okay, so that's there, and that's like if there was different colors of the walls or the carpet was different or something. Oh, that's a little mini in-wall heater. That's what that is. Um, they've replaced the electric. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this huge electrical panel. The old ones are much smaller than that. Let's see. I generally try not to have my finger in the picture or the video, but I know sometimes I've done that. So there's that. Okay, where's the rest of the bathroom? Oh, okay, there's the rest of the bathroom. Okay. But at the same time, like, okay, that's there, and this is the rest of the bathroom. Where is that? Is that in the same bathroom? Is it over here to the right? Um, where is the shower in this bathroom? You're not telling the story. Um, oh, and look, there's a nice front door or back door. Well, that's true. That is true. The more eyes, the more there is to find. And YouTube keeps complaining about um, my uh, stream or something. Um, nice door. It's got a couple of scratches on it, but a nice door. I think that's the front door. I don't know. And okay, that's there. And okay, that see like this. There's actually a reference here. So you've got this here with a door, and then they have this picture, which is another thing. Unless you have to, don't take vertical pictures. You always take horizontal pictures. Uh, it just it gives better reference. But you can tell from the last picture, this picture, that's the same door. So that kind of same thing there. You can see this. It's over here. You can tell they may have had okay, and then now all of a sudden now we're somewhere else. We're upstairs. I'm guessing because of the windows. Um, and then there's this. I guess I'm gonna go to Buffalo for too long because these are some interesting looking houses. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing this is also upstairs. Let's see. Yep, you've got your water damage. Not surprising since they have a new roof. Um, okay. That's not a bad looking railing. Be cleaned up. Oh, in the basement. Let's see what's in the basement. Oh, no, new electrical. Oh, panel B. They've got two separate panels. Did they do the job right? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Let's see. And they got PEX. That's the red and the blue here. As your newer plumbing. They've got decent looking basement. You've got some supports here. Definitely something I want to look at is how well is the floor supported. There's one of the houses I haven't put out yet, or house walkthroughs I haven't made available yet. Is they did quite a bit of work in the basement, and it's a decent looking basement, and the main floor has been corrected quite a bit, but the second floor, uh, they didn't do what they needed to do and fix the second. So the second floor is all kind of wavy, wonky, but the first floor is pretty solid. Um, and then, but it looks move-in ready until you really start walking around and walking upstairs and everything. Um, and then there's somebody that was looking at it with me and it was like, yeah, there's a not so friendly up in the upstairs closet, in one of the upstairs closets. So there's that too. Uh, all right. Okay. So yeah, this is a whole lot of yeah, yeah. That's Interesting. Okay, we're gonna write that one down. So 502 South Maple Street. All right, well, stay tuned. I don't know if it's gonna be like soon, or if it's gonna be um, a little while. But I don't think. Yeah, so this has been on the market for 280 days. That means, not surprisingly, people have looked at it and said, that is more than I want to deal with, or um, I would buy it, but it's too much. Yeah, I think from what I can tell, Tom, the electric is, I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely been updated. I want it checked out, um, but I mean, it could be five or even six bedroom, two or two bath, three bath house. It could be really nice, but that could also be the problem. I don't know what the market in Buffalo is, and for that kind of thing. I wonder where. Let's see. Let's pop Street View real quick and see what's next door. Okay, so you're right. Maple is on a main drag. You have a larger house across the street. You have some decent looking houses there. A couple small houses next door, but not bad. Looks like an okay sized lot. Go back to the map. This is one of the things I like about Zillow. It's not 100% accurate, but if you want to have a general idea of what kind of, how big the lot is, that's an okay sized lot. And then I don't know if there's a house here or if that's just a vacant lot, but, and then you can also go back here. Okay, so we got Highway 32 runs through town. So Maple is Highway 32. And there's 65. So, okay. So you are, or no, sorry, Maple's not, Maple is just off of 32. So 32 runs right through town. So, one of the bigger streets, let's see. Oh, yeah, Julia Child started in her little apartment kitchen. I don't know a ton about her, but I do remember that part. Um, So not bad. I mean, if you're right here, I'd be, but you're just off, and looks like Maple is a street that runs right into kind of downtown um, Buffalo. So yeah, that's definitely one I think I'd want to go check out. It's interesting, um, overpriced but interesting. Let's see. Okay, so three bedroom, three bath, 1,400 square feet, about 200,000. That's probably a little cheaper than Springfield. Hayground. What? Let's just click on this real quick to see what they're talking about. This is own 45 acres. Huh. Why is it showing there's is there a house? Why is it showing square footage? They just home was built in early 1900s in need of tails. Okay. Okay, so there's a house, but okay. We'll just look at this real quick. Um, so guessing that's the house, but there's probably not a bunch of pictures of it. I mean, that's not given that it has what is all this though? Is there like multiple buildings or nice big pond? That's nice. Yeah, you got a barn here, a house. Let's see. There's a There's a wet weather pond. Let's see. Looks like an old travel trailer or two. Huh. Let me make a note of that. A friend of mine was looking for some stuff. Indian Creek. For some reason I always want to put a W on Buffalo. I think there's a W when you're spelling the animal's name. Let's see. All right, crazy. Oh, cozy cabin life. I thought it said crazy cabin like feel. Uh, um, I'm gonna defer to Shamex. Um, about if there's coal mining out that way. I don't think so, but I haven't lived out that way, so I can't say for certain. Um, that's funny. Let's see. Let's look at the cozy cabin. It's 248 days on market. That's a lot of windows in front. 9 acres. Uh, it could be something. Although I don't know necessarily what the draw would be, but um, if you could turn it into multiple more bedrooms, then you can maybe Airbnb like a you know group of people that came to hunt or something. I don't know. 3-car garage. That's nice. Uh, let's see. You've got. I'm not sure what kind of fishing there is in the river there, but maybe that would be a draw there. It's not bad looking. Got a old washer and dryer, which are probably still working just fine. Let's see. You looks like maybe you had a leaks or something there. I'm not sure about this fireplace. Um, that spiral staircase looks interesting. Kitchen's okay. Different colored cabinets. It's not so great, but it's fairly rustic looking. Um, I mean, that is nice. I mean, you've got all these windows, and you can sit there and drink your tea and look out over all the green in the warm months. Uh, so the kitchen is on the second floor, looks like, and that's at the second or third floor. I think that's the. Wait a second. So there's that, and okay, this is the second floor because there's the stairs coming up, and then there's stairs going up to the next floor. I'm surprised it's only like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's see. Is that a? Oh, that's the. This is uh, yet another example of have your pictures in a certain order so I can understand what I'm looking at as I go through. Because this is at the second floor, I guess. Or is it the third floor? It's the second floor. Okay, this is the third floor. And there's the bedroom. Like 2 bedrooms up there and a bathroom. Looks like a lot of space. Um, but not a lot of bedrooms. I guess all the bedrooms are on the top floor. Looks like there's more than 3 bedrooms there. Well, Missouri, everywhere in Missouri, there's lots of caves. Okay, I think I see why it's 3 floors. Because the front is lower down, and the back was partially in, I guess. I don't know. The back of the first floor is, this dirt basically, and then the second floor opens. The back of the second floor opens out into the backyard. I guess. I don't. Yeah, I think that's. I think, or maybe this is technically the back. I don't know. But you've got this, and then this floor. You walk out, and oh, that's neat. Let's see. I think. I don't know. And that looks like just a bunch of trees back there. I don't know. I still can't quite tell what I'm looking at. I have a bunch of stuff. You're gonna have a Komodo if you've got a big property. And there's the river. Okay, is this the front of the house or the back of the house? There isn't really any pictures of the back of the other side, so I'm just kind of confused there. And where's the driveway? No, that looks like it's just trees back there. I don't know. Yeah, where's the? I guess is that the driveway? There doesn't seem to be any gravel. You'd spend a bunch of money just putting some gravel there so you didn't get stuck in the mud. Oh no, I think it's just a pond. Um, I guess that's roughly the property shape. Yeah, so there's the road coming, or the driveway coming down. I mean, at least they got lots of pictures. I'll give them that. They've got lots of pictures. I wish they'd put them in a better order, but they have lots of pictures, and they showcase nicely that you're right there on the river. Um, I don't want to look at, you know, flooding and stuff like that. Back to listing. So let's see what they have to say. It's a private escape along the beautiful Niagara River. 9 acres. Peace and quiet. Getting guaranteed. This home brings best right to your doorstep. It's a favorite destination for fishing, kayaking, and floating from your own property. You can enjoy easy access to the water, spend your days casting line, or simply relaxing by the riverbank, listen to the gentle flow of the current. That's the natural beauty. Unique layout with half upper level and a half lower level, giving it a cozy cabin-like feel while still offering plenty of space. Large window let natural light in, and frame stunning views of surrounding woods and hills. I mean, it's a neat place. I mean, you get great views. 3-car dash garage. Property's true nature, lover's paradise, offering privacy, seclusion, and an unbeatable location on one of Missouri's most beautiful rivers. Whether you're sitting on the porch with your morning coffee, spotting deer at dusk, or launching canoe for an evening float, I mean, one of those, they're looking for the right person to buy it, I guess. Doesn't really look like it necessarily needs a lot of work, um, but it's a big place. Um, and let's look at this real quick. And it's off Watermill Road, satellite. So where is it? And okay, so it's gonna guess that that is probably Buffalo, and then you're over here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Um, eh. um, oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that would be something you could buy and maybe Airbnb, at least in the warmer months, for people that want to go and relax or have some kind of retreat. The thing is, if you had the money, making it nicer, so like making the driveway in nicer, um, having some kind of um, I don't know, different, like a pavilion and other stuff there for like large groups to be able to go and do stuff, um, or some kind of setup where people could go and have an outdoor wedding venue or something like that. Would be added stuff. Um, Before I take off here, did anybody see any ads during the stream? I'm still trying to figure out how this all is supposed to work. Um, and so I'm not sure if I have to actually tell YouTube to run an ad during the stream, um, or if it just shows ads when you first click on it. The pre-rolls like. Um, anyway, I just figured I'd ask while I was thinking about it because I wasn't sure if it actually runs ads or not. Oh, okay. Well, there's that. No ads. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I kind of figured there wasn't any ads because nobody said anything about there being ads. Um, so, oh well, I'm not too worried about it. I was just curious. Uh, all right. Well, it is 9:30. Um, and I think I'm gonna take off of here and whatnot. When so you saw like an ad or two when you clicked on it, but then nothing since then. Um, does anybody have any other suggestions for next week? Uh, as far as cities to look at, I mean, I can just pick random um, towns around Springfield. Okay, thanks, Wayne. Um, or or something, or we can continue looking at stuff in Buffalo and then move on to something else or whatever. Um, let's see. Okay, thanks, Tom. So no suggestions on. All right. Well, if anybody thinks of anything, um, just you can click on this video and leave a comment. Um, Somebody left a comment on one a couple weeks ago, and that's how we ended up in Milan, Missouri. So, okay. Well, anyway, I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hanging out with me, and have a good weekend.